Cristina Ballí is Executive Director of the Guadalupe Arts Center, not very far from here. She's a bilingual arts administrator and cultural manager with expertise in Texas-Mexican arts and culture. She's directed iconic cultural institutions such as the Naurisco Martinez Cultural Arts Center in San Benito, Texas Folklife in Austin, and currently the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center. Throughout her career, she's worked to enrich the lives of communities by presenting culturally relevant artistic programming and organizing cultural assets that strengthen social and economic infrastructure. Come on up here. Let's give a big warm welcome to Cristina Ballí.
All right, here we go, everybody. Hello, welcome to Rosedale Park, which is actually the home of the Tejano Conjunto Festival in San Antonio. That's right. For 36 years, the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center has been celebrating this Texan musical tradition. I'm extremely honored to be directing this festival and this organization. First, let's find out what is conjunto music. It is an accordion-based music of Eastern European polkas, schottisches, redobas, which arrived to Texas in the 19th century with the German, Czech, and Polish immigrants. Texas Mexicans in the region picked it up and combined it with the bajo sexto, a 12-string bass guitar, and added Mexican rancheras and corridos to the repertoire. The duet of musicians came to be known as a conjunto, or literally a group in Spanish. This music spread like wildfire among working-class Mexican Americans in South Texas, primarily among agricultural workers, and more than a century later, it is still strong today. Hundreds of thousands of people have grown up with this music and continue to enjoy it in dances, in clubs, backyard parties, weddings, quinceañeras, and festivals. Folklorist and ethnomusicologist Jess Titan developed a theory of sustainable music, describing the elements that make local cultures and traditions thrive. And much like environmental theory, these elements include hyperlocality and handcrafted traditions. These two gentlemen that are in this picture are Gus Escobar and Lalo Jimenez, who are both an accordion tuner and a bajo sexto luthier. They keep the hyperlocality and the handcrafted tradition in the music. In this picture, we see masters of accordion, Mingo Saldivar, Flaco Jimenez, and David Farias, all of San Antonio, sharing the stage with an up-and-coming teen accordionist from the Rio Grande Valley. Sustainable traditions are diverse, maintaining local and regional distinctive flavors, and they're passed down through generations orally. And the last elements are efforts by local cultural bearers to preserve and promote their traditions. There are now several cultural groups and schools throughout Texas whose mission specifically includes presenting and teaching conjunto music, and I have been lucky to work with 3 of 6 of these very well-known institutions. One is the Narciso Martinez Cultural Arts Center in San Benito, Texas, down in the Rio Grande Valley. They too produce an annual Conjunto Festival, which is considered second in stature and significance from the Tejano Conjunto Festival here in Rosedale Park. I emphasize the significance of this music is much about participation. So dancing is extremely important to the music. It's about community, relaxing and dancing their troubles away of their hard-earned lives. It's also multi-generational. Children learn how to dance young, and you see them in the dances at all hours of the night. Again, it's about teaching the tradition to the next generation. Young people learn accordion at these centers in the Rio Grande Valley, and there are actually school programs that teach conjunto music as a fine art credit in the school system. I'll move up to Austin, Texas, where the organization Texas Folklife produces a statewide accordion competition for young people in all genres of Texas traditional music, not just conjunto, but also polka and Cajun and Zydeco. Conjunto music, however, dominates this contest. I produced this program for 8 years, and in that time, we had over 200 young conjunto accordionists participate in the program. So when I hear people saying that conjunto music is dying, I tell them that I have the documentation to give the evidence that it's not. Young accordionists are thriving in San Antonio, the Valley, in Houston, Dallas, and West Texas. They come together through this program to jam, to learn from each other, and to grow their network. In this picture, I guarantee we see some National Heritage Fellows, and they're the next generation of conjunto music. Finally, we get to the mothership of all conjunto and Mexican-American cultural presentation, preservation, and promotion efforts, the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center here in the west side of San Antonio. It's the beacon that all other groups follow, and it has been producing the Conjunto Festival at Rosedale Park for 36 years. Besides presenting over 30 conjunto bands in 5 days, the festival promotes the music through a poster art contest. This is the winner for this year, and has an open call for literary entries that are published in a program, and they have been edited and published in a book as well. The founder of the festival is none other than Mr. Juan Tejeda, who retired from the job last year after 35 years. On the occasion of his retirement, the Smithsonian Institution declared this festival a national treasure. And now I'm the lucky one that tries to fill his shoes. I want to point out that we work with the best tradition bearers in this music, one of them being Miss Eva Ibarra, who just this week became a National Heritage Fellow through the National Endowment for the Arts. She teaches accordion at the Guadalupe, and we couldn't be more proud. Not only is conjunto music strong at the local level, but it is recognized nationally as well. Here, we presented Los Tex-Maniacs at the Library of Congress and the Kennedy Center in 2013. We are lucky to have a cultural tradition that is so strong at the local, regional, and national level. One that is truly authentic, makes us distinctive, and gives meaning to so many working-class Mexican Americans. I consider myself lucky to do this work. Every one of these slides has been a program that I have produced, and I hope to continue doing it for some time, and I hope you can support us as well. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'll ask you from here. Well, how fortunate that you happen to be at Rosedale, where the festivals are. What kind of crowds are we talking about for these things?
For Conjunto Festival, we have about 2,000 people a night here at Rosedale Park. And indeed, the last PechaKucha, Vicky had invited us, and that was just like 2 or 3 days after this year's Conjunto Festival. So I said, I'm sorry, I won't be able to get a presentation together because it's immediately afterwards. But it got moved, so I was able to put something together for you all.
What's the next event coming up?
At the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center, besides conjunto music, we have plenty of other programs, of course. We have a Flamenco Sin Fronteras, our local resident dance company, the Guadalupe Dance Company, will put on an original choreography of a flamenco show focusing on immigration this year.
Okay, so let's pretend somebody just comes out from outer space, and you have to explain to them, is there something, this is a musical question, is there something that like instantly identifies something as conjunto music? Is it the beat or the bass line, or is there something where within 3 notes you know it's going to be a conjunto piece of music?
It would probably be the polka on the accordion. That's what you would be able to identify immediately.
Okay, but now, so what's the difference between, how would that different than a polka then?
It's actually not different.
Oh, don't I? I know nothing. Okay, well, listen, thank you very much. Thank you, Cristina Ballí.